Living in a daydream. Ooh, such a sweet thing. Life on the big screen. It's such a beautiful scene, yeah.
Back on track. Here we are. Ladies
Back
and gentlemen,
on.
welcome back to the kitchen.
We are in the kitchen cooking
Feels
it up once more.
good to be back.
Man, it does feel good. How we doing, Jacob?
Doing great. Doing pretty well. It's my first day in my office in like a month. So
I was about to say, like, you took like a month off. Are you starting to feel like a little restless, like you want to start doing stuff?
No.
Never mind. I was hoping for a conversation piece.
I really wish I was.
All right, let's move on.
I really wish I was just like, all right, time to grind. But I'm just like, man, what a perfect month.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like? Just it being like June and all.
Yeah.
It felt like being in high school again and just
Yeah.
having like a summer off.
Yeah. No,
Because like it was also the first time Kenzie hasn't, in like 6 years, Kenzie hasn't worked.
Yeah, that's crazy. Just
So it's
you
just been,
guys
like-
hanging out with your
Yeah, it's
family.
been so freaking fun.
It's crazy that it's like, I know like when it's just you and Kenzie, like you're technically like, yeah, my family. But now you actually have like a family,
Right?
dude. Yeah, you have a little baby girl.
So many excuses now to like distance myself from extended family because
That's exactly
we are
what
now
you were
our
looking
own
for.
unit.
That's what you were looking for. No,
No,
it's
it's been
you've-
it does feel good to be doing this
Yeah.
though and getting some work done though.
just doing it. Yeah, you've been very happy. I've noticed you're in a very happy mood. It reminds me of post Jake at post FTF Jake when you had that like relief, that like new clarity, new vision, and you're just like, I took some time off and now I'm just feeling good.
Yeah.
But
it's just been so refreshing.
Yeah.
It's just, I've loved it. But I do want to get some work done. But
Yeah.
But no, to answer your question,
you hate
I'm
being
just
back.
seduced into that lifestyle. I just don't want to. I'm like, all right, time to make residual income as quickly as I can so I can get back to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it is good having you back, Jake. It's fantastic.
Thanks.
It's fun.
Thank you. How was your month? How was your June?
You know, it's great. You know, I last week I told you I was going to tell a story about Villa Balbiano, what happened.
All yours.
I'm not a huge journaler. I should be. I wish I wrote in a journal every single night. I write it down every single January 1st. Like, this is the year I write in a journal. I'm doing it. Okay. This is one of those that I will write in my journal like the one time, maybe 2 times a year. So we're in Italy, Villa Balbiano. It's Will Sarmiento's wedding that he booked. It's like some friend of a friend, it sounds like, wedding. They're from Miami, I believe. And, you know, it's pretty much like every videographer's dream to shoot at Villa Balbiano. It's a very prestigious. Is that it? Am I saying that right? Prestigious. It's a very prestigious venue. Okay.
Okay.
We show up to Italy, and me, my wife Kayla, and Will were staying in an Airbnb, 14-minute walk from Balbiano. Okay. The night before the wedding, the day we're gonna. Okay, first off, it's a 3-day wedding, but this is the night before the actual wedding, and our call time, if you will, is 11 a.m. and we're getting done at 11 p.m. Just a cool 12 hours, nothing crazy. And so we're sitting there and we're like, you know, this is Villa Balbiano. We are going to go above and beyond. We're going to show up at 9 a.m. Just get more drone shots, more B-roll, just overkill this wedding because who knows if you'll ever be back. But you want it to be the absolute portfolio piece. So we're thinking, great. All right, tomorrow, 9 a.m., we're going to show up. When we're having this conversation, and I wish Will was here for this talk, but we'll have him here in the next couple episodes. It's 2 a.m. when we're talking about this. So already we have to be there in 7 hours. And so, which means you're probably going to get 5.5, maybe 6 hours of sleep if you're rushed, everything's charged. 2 a.m. when we're talking about this. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hit the hay, going to bed, Will, see you in the morning. And Will, he's a hardworking dude. He's like, okay, I'm going to bed soon. I'm going to I got to dump some footage or whatever because we had just shot a welcome dinner. So Will is like, all right, I'm going to bed soon. I say goodnight, go to bed. Nothing more to say. Regular wedding, right? An hour later, Jacob, 3 a.m. And again, I wish Will was here so bad. So bad. It's 3 a.m. and Will is like, you know what? I want to reheat that pizza that I bought earlier today. And if you've been to Europe, you know that
Go to
Europe,
bed, bro.
No. If you've been to Europe, you'll know that Europe does not have their power grid figured out. They don't have it like the good old US of A. You can only have so many appliances on. So Will takes his pizza out and he puts it in this little like baking sheet, pulls open the oven, puts it in, turns on the oven, and boosh, everything gone. Lights, appliances, all the power gone. Everything. Okay? Including, first and foremost, the AC. Second, the batteries. And third, the next morning when you need an iron to iron your clothes, gone. Everything gone. Okay? All because Will got a little bit of the munchies at 3 a.m. And so
Nate, how is this somehow your fault? Because we were just with Emma a few months ago, and didn't the power go out in just your room?
Yes, but this is unrelated, Jake. This is unrelated. I was
don't know.
sleeping. I was
Both
sleeping.
Airbnbs,
I am
both
innocent.
at night,
I am innocent.
both the victim of the...
I am completely innocent, okay? But the repercussions were just massive. So the AC goes out, and if you've ever been to Italy in the middle of summer, AC is gone, you're not sleeping. So
You're cooked.
we are just sweating, okay? And not to mention, Will now is trying to walk around at 3 a.m. in the street, like trying to find like the power box and like trying to figure out how to turn this on. There's nothing. So we go the whole night. We probably slept 2 hours. And we wake up the next morning like, hey, what's going on? Not all the batteries were charged. Luckily, we had a decent amount, but not all the batteries were charged. We couldn't iron our clothes. And this is Balbiano we're talking about here. So we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to show up and we're going to film, look like complete just street rats. And long story short, made shorter, we spent that whole morning just walking around the hills of Como trying to figure out where the stupid power bank was to turn the lights on. The owner of the Airbnb is completely clueless. They don't even know how to turn on their lights. They're calling electricians to come in. They're an hour out. We don't ever get power back, and we just have to go to Villa Balbiano with wrinkled suits and half-charged batteries. Mind you, Jake, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we're on 2 hours of sleep. No
I
iron
hope
clothes.
that pizza was delicious, Will.
And he didn't even eat it because it never got heated
my
up. It sat in the oven for 2 more days. So
Why was he in bed on the night before one of the biggest weddings of his career?
I don't know, but he got the munchies at 3 a.m. and it almost ruined us. It almost did, but it didn't. It still turned out a great wedding. But
My sweet William.
I will never forget that. That was an absolutely it was a hilarious moment looking back, but definitely stressful in the moment.
You'd think the oven wouldn't take that much power because it's mainly like using gas or was it electric?
Dude,
I don't even know.
No, it was gas. Europe just sucks with power, man.
It does.
It really does. USA, baby.
power. Yes.
US. Yeah, Europe sucks. USA. I wish you would have been there for that.
Arkansas
because-
for life.
Yeah, Arkansas. I would have loved to see how you would have handled this situation too. Because
I would have been so pissed at Will.
me and
But
Will
then
were
again,
just like
if I was
running
like,
around.
if it wasn't my wedding, I probably would have just been like, "Ah, damn, bro, that sucks, man. Like, Godspeed, bro.
Dude, it was
send
so.
you-
Will, as you know, he's just like he's a very stylish guy. He has his outfits planned. He knows exactly what he's wearing. He's just like morning shower, night
he just
shower.
wears the same
He's
two
got his
things every single
same
day, yeah.
routine. And so it threw a little wrench in his plans. And I was just there for the ride. But luckily, it all turned out good. But yeah, that was the backstory of the Villa Balbiano wedding. So I'll never forget that.
How come? Why is it every time we work in Italy, Nathan, we just sweat to death?
Dude, I don't know. Another reason just
We
to
gotta
stay
stop
in the
going
US.
there in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the content. The content's always beautiful.
Yeah, great con. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
No, we'll.
Love Will.
We should add to our contracts for next time we shoot for Will. Must have working air conditioning. If it isn't, we have every right to walk.
Man, I learned so much from Will though. He is the most talented shooter. Like he's incredible, dude, and such a hard worker. And he's just a contagious
leader
dude
for me. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, you said it one time. He said Will has a contagious attitude, and it really is true. Like he's just an ultimate hype man for everyone. Just a good dude.
Yeah, he's one of those guys I just watch. I'm like, I suck.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't
be
know.
Will.
Yeah, his Milan edit that he made same day. I was just like, I was eating a little gelato.
That was speechless
when he released that, and I'm like, wow.
Or our buddy Sam, he's wanting to get married, and he's like, no, Will's gonna be doing my wedding. I'm like, cool, your two best friends are videographers, but he wants Will to do his wedding.
That's fine.
Like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. That's whatever.
Yeah, totally cool. But yeah, Italy was good, man. I missing you out there, but it was a great time.
We'll be back there in 3 weeks.
We will at the Wild and Rome cruise, which is going to be sick.
Back to Europe.
Back to Europe, baby.
Which reminds me, we should probably record a batch of these episodes before we leave. It's a 10-day trip, you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll record a podcast on the ship. What do you think, Nate? Go out at night,
dude.
Deck with our studio mics.
I think we should. I thought about doing that with Will in Italy, but it just wasn't panning out. It would have been dope. But yeah, I think we should.
Let's just
That'd
bring
be
our
hilarious.
stuff. Yeah, because my stuff is pretty. Yeah. Small.
Like what for mics? What should we do? Should we just? Are you planning on bringing your shirt?
Yeah, I'll just pack it.
Yeah, why not?
Just hold it.
Yeah, I mean, we could use one recorder, right? And we could put it just right in the middle of us and record 2 tracks, right?
Just bring your shirt and your XLR, and then we're done. That's it.
Let's do it.
That's sick. That's funny, man. Yeah, I wish I was there, but I was also just in heaven. But also a little bit of FOMO, just knowing you're hanging out with Will in freaking one of my favorite places on earth. So, but we'll all do it again.
Hang on, I've got Landon staring at me outside the window, trying to communicate valuable information. Apparently, hang on.
Ask Landon when he's buying his 4th dog.
Okay, wait, hang on. I gotta send a real quick text.
Wait, we gotta get Landon on the podcast.
I know.
Still, tell him he owes me an episode. I went and saw Kung Fu Panda 4 for him. He owes me an episode. You guys, we do have a substance of the podcast topic we're going to talk about for the next few minutes. We are back with some more written by you. If you want to submit your story, please submit it below. One of our good friends, I can't say who, I'll text you separately, just shot this horrible wedding, he said, and he's dying to have it on the podcast, but it needs to simmer because it's so specific, everyone will know who it is. And so he said he's going to let it simmer for a year. I can't wait to hear what that story is.
I can't wait either. Yeah, we'll let it simmer.
All right. But you guys, we are going to do just react to a few of your stories. And then after this episode, we'll be having some guests coming up. And also, let us know in the comments, who do you want to see on the kitchen? We'd love to have them. And think outside the box. We might have the sepia bride photographer. Maybe we'll have someone crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
The sepia
This is a story. Yeah. This is a Groomzilla story from a videographer.
Yeah, I'm done texting Landon now for all the visual
Okay.
people. Landon got done. It was what's the word I'm looking for here?
Eloquently?
You so blissfully don't have to deal with anymore the booking issues when you book the Psych-Wall at studio, and the booking system is just trash. So I had it reserved, and apparently they have a shoot. So it's all resolved now. We carry on.
I bet it's working fine, but they just don't plan their day until that morning. And
yeah.
So. Oh, it's our system.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right, Jake, I'm seeing this first story, and I'm seeing a glaring F word, so you take this one. You should say it, too.
All right. I have been letting them slip.
Give it the hard F.
All right. I'm a videographer. During a call with a bride and groom, the groom was extremely difficult, complaining about being mic'd up and even threatening to break my drone if he heard it on the wedding day. Despite this, I decided not to cancel the booking.
Dang.
On the wedding day, the groom's behavior was even worse. He was yelling at people and acting like a narcissist. You don't act like a narcissist.
You are a narcissist.
Act narcissistically, right?
Yeah,
you just
we'll say.
are a narcissist.
You are a narcissist, Sam.
During the reception, as we were setting up for the toast, the DJ was asking me about the placement of the mic stand. I was in a tight area with a little room to move. Suddenly, the groom pushed me hard in the back, telling me to get the F out of the way. I nearly dropped my FX3 and RS3 Pro setup. Okay, relax. Trying to flex his gear.
Yeah, I almost did my FX3 RS3.
I almost
like
got my
an
Sony
Atomos-
FX3
Atomos
RS3 Pro
5-inch,
setup with a
you know.
24-70 GM Master lens.
GM2,
Peter
Atomos,
McKinnon
condenser
ND
mic
filter
on the
turned
top.
on. Pro grade
Symphona.
256 gigabyte cards inside.
Yeah.
All right. We know you're loaded. We get it.
Type A cards. I would
You're
never
doing
do
well.
V90
You're doing well
SDs.
for yourself. We know. He probably thought I wouldn't react the way I did, but having served in the Marine Corps, is this Ray Roman?
Is this Ray? Did
Was
we
it
finally
Ray?
get Ray?
No, because he's
Did he
a
serve in the
Canon
Marines?
guy. Maybe he was just a cop.
Oh, okay.
Not just a cop, but maybe he was an officer.
Just a cop.
But having served in the Marine Corps for 4 years, I don't take abuse lightly. I cursed him out, told him to screw off, and left the wedding immediately. Then he asks
Wow.
us, do you think I did the right thing? What would you have done? Also, should I do now? Should I deliver any footage to the client, give a refund, or take another course of action? I felt physically and verbally assaulted and didn't feel safe for myself or my equipment. This is crazy.
This is wild.
What a bag of tea we have
Absolutely
here.
wild. I'm liking this. I like this a lot.
Okay, so the groom pre-wedding came at you pretty hard. I want to know his side of the story. Like, were you talking a lot about the microphones, about the drone? What were you saying that triggered those emotions in him? But yeah, I think you did what none of us have the balls to do, and that is once assaulted,
You leave.
cash in on that part of your contract and actually leave.
Yeah. No, I full on respect this. Like, good for you for walking out. But
Yeah.
I'm also curious. Yeah, like what you were saying with the booking call beforehand. Like,
Uh-huh.
was the groom really threatening to break the drone, or was it said in a joking manner? Like, oh yeah, I don't know.
Not here. I don't want to break it.
Yeah, don't let me break it. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if this happened the way that this person said, and he really shoved him in the back that hard and said, "Get the F out of my way," I'd love to dip. I would dip. That's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Especially if you're talking to a DJ, you're in conversation, and the groom knows that you're trying to work. Again, we've said this in the previous podcast. It's a human issue. It's so easy to be courteous and kind. The groom had just a plethora of options. Hey, excuse me. Hey, I'm gonna get past you. What's that TikTok with the white guy? Excuse me.
Oops.
Kinda
Let me
nope.
slip past you.
Oop, oop, yep. Oop, oop, oop. He had those options. He chose to be confrontational. I would have, if I was in the Marine Corps and I was you, I probably would have shot him. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
No,
watched
if you're
Captain Phillips.
great movie.
Amazing movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
not saying he was a pirate. Or deserved
Yeah.
it. No one does.
The stones on this groom to push a Marine, I don't know if you knew that, but if I know someone's in the Army or was in the Army, I am not touching them. Nothing.
Yes.
I am not messing with them.
No. So to
Yeah.
answer your first question, I do think you did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you. I'm sure it's in your contract. We haven't. If you're assaulted, you have the right to leave.
Right.
Next question: what would we have done? I'm not a Marine. I probably would have stayed. I think Nathan and I would have laughed it off and just made fun of him after the fact.
Yeah.
I
gotta
can't
see
picture
the
us
push.
walking out of a wedding, Nate. I really can't.
I have to see the push. I just have to see it. Was it really done crazy in aggression, get the F out of my way? Or just did he bump into him and he was just I don't know. I don't know. I would have to see the push because that matters. The intent behind it. If it was full intent, I don't know. Maybe.
But if it was especially pre-toast, those are important. I don't know if I would have. I think after toast I probably would have left. I don't know. I'm kind of pansy. I don't know.
I wonder, maybe the bride was just maybe the bride is super sweet, because sometimes the bride just carries the couple on her back.
It does,
and you don't want to let her down.
Man,
yeah, if we had
her with this guy.
If we had a dope bride, I could just be like, I'll stay. I'll bite the bullet and film these toasts. But dude gives me lip one more time or pushes me, we're gone.
Yeah. I know. I'm kind of in the business of, like, 2 chances maybe.
Yeah, maybe
I don't
2
know.
chances.
I think I wish, to answer your question, I wish I would have the balls to do what you did, because I think what you did was the correct thing. As for what you should do now, should you deliver, refund? You don't have to refund, because I'm sure it's in your contract. You have the right to leave, and you shot most of the wedding, so I don't think you have to refund at all. They're in the wrong. You are not in the wrong at all. Again, with the context we have. Would I deliver it? It depends on your contract. I think I still would make an edit, yeah.
Yeah. I would make an edit with the push. Pushing me is the pivotal moment. I'll just make it a timeline, say, like, introduce the first shot and say 6 hours before the push. And it's just them on the beach. And then it all builds up to that moment. And you just see the quality just drop off after that.
Yeah, the climax of the film is about to happen, and it just cuts to black, and it's like, I was pushed.
Misfocus. Whoopsie. Yeah, that sucks.
I definitely put them in the back of my backlog, but I would still deliver the photos, the videos.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a year turnaround, buddy.
Yeah, that's just sad. I think some contracts, too, like some videographers their harassment clause says, like, they're released from the event but not the post-production, and then some people add in, like, if I am assaulted, I am released from this entire contract. Any outstanding services are canceled. So I don't know, kind of depends on you, but like, if you don't feel physically safe, verbally assaulted, like, you're not in the wrong. I thought it was, I wouldn't say funny is the right word. Again, this is a Marine we're talking about. I'm using my words lightly. I am on your side. But I did think, didn't feel safe. Red dot on Nate's head right now.
Didn't feel safe for myself or my equipment. Like, I'm sure you're safe. You could take this dude. You would beat this guy to an inch of his life. Maybe this dude's a Navy SEAL.
What if this guy's a tower? Yeah.
Maybe this is a Coronado wedding. You don't.
And what if he was like a typewriter in the Marine Corps?
Maybe, but like that goes. Maybe he was Air Force controller. He's behind a computer.
Maybe he
I don't know.
Served cafeteria food.
Well, he's a Marine, Jake. We salute our Marines.
We do.
We're really bringing him down here. No,
I'm just saying.
I'm assuming he was a Marine overseas shooting people.
But maybe this Marine isn't like a...
What are the offices in the Marine Corps?
Undercover kung fu superhero type. You know what I mean?
Maybe. But yeah, I don't think there's any reason. Maybe, who are we to assume this is a man? I felt physically and verbally assaulted, didn't feel safe for myself or my equipment. You're safe.
I don't think the groom would have pushed a girl, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Right?
Well, you never know.
I think everybody would jump on that and be like, whoa.
Yeah, you're right. Hopefully. You never know. It's 2024. Anyway, you were safe. You could have beat that on next week's episode. All right.
It's funny. No, I see.
You did the right thing.
Humor.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the second one, shall we? Our second and last one. This is from a videographer, and this is story category miscellaneous. Submitting this anonymously. That's how you know it's going to be good. Submitting this anonymously, and holy cow, English. Submitting this anonymously because he asked me not to talk about it. But 2 years ago, I filmed the mayor's wedding for the city I live in. Yeah.
He asked me not to talk about it. Talks about it.
It's 2 years. He's been simmering. All right. Turns out a lot of people who run big businesses are friends with my mayor. I've gotten over $300,000 in commercial work from that one video alone. So tip of the day,
because your mayor's
the
bought
mayor's
and paid
wedding.
for.
Yeah, bought and paid for. $300,000 in commercial work from that video alone. So tip of the day, film the mayor's wedding. LOL. Yeah, I mean, if the mayor of Utah wants to hire us, then absolutely.
Is that the whole story?
That's the whole story.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple of stories with underlying flex in them. The FX3 RS3 Pro setup, and then just 300K.
On our next
Nah, not the
episode
big-
of relationships to nurture, your mares, preferably the single ones.
How to get in with the mayor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the thing to teach from this story is to other videographers.
To capitalize on relationships, right?
Yeah, that's the theme.
I think I'm seeing a lot in our Facebook groups, though. People who, they just aren't capitalizing on the relationships that they should be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't towards the beginning of the career.
It doesn't. It
was different back
takes
then.
intention. It takes a lot of intentionality. Like, you really have to kind
does.
of sit down and think, who do I want this content to be for? And a lot of us, myself included, after wedding, you're so beat. You don't want to look at the footage. You don't want to make 5 reels for 5
Right.
different vendors
Right.
until you get the flow.
I've gotten over 300. I'm wondering if this videographer was on the day of the wedding, if they were networking, passing out business cards, or if it was they gave the video to the mayor and they saw that video. Because I don't know.
It has to be just the mayor just being nepotistic. Is nepotistic a word?
Nepotism. I can assume nepotistic.
Showing nepotism.
Nepotistic. I think that's a word.
I mean, it exists everywhere. It's like, oh, you have
Quality
to
of
use my
nepotism.
videographer.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's this one thing I've learned about trying to get into the luxury market is just it favors nepotism.
Yeah. Submitting.
But what industry doesn't? I mean, Bronny is now on the Lakers. Did you watch those highlights?
Yeah. Got
Oh
cooked.
my gosh.
Got his ankles broken.
He needs to cook for a few more years before he
Yeah.
goes.
So the story said I'm submitting it anonymously because he asked me not to talk about it. So the mayor said, "Hey, hush,
Because
we're
he
not
knows
going to
he's
talk
being
about this.
nepotistic.
Politics, man. Just hush. Don't talk about
Your mayor
this,
sounds like a
but you're gonna
slimy guy."
Yeah, he sounds like
Just
a slime ball. Just kidding. I don't know either, but
He's probably a
weird.
great guy. Passing some
Yeah.
great legislature. I don't know.
I'm sure.
All right.
Yeah. Who are you
guys-
going to vote for, Jake? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, next episode, we are going to bring on somebody. Maybe.
Donald Trump. And he's going to be on our podcast, and he's going to talk about everything he's going to do to make this country great again.
Did you see that they heard what you were saying? How I think Trump, I think it's true. You can never trust anything, but I think Trump challenged Biden to 18 holes in golf.
Oh, my gosh. Guys, I was telling Nate, imagine. I don't care who you like. Imagine a golf standoff.
Oh my gosh.
Like a
so
WWE hyped fight, but it's on the course. 2 old men just golfing. One who can't walk, the other who golfs 8 times a week. That's all he does.
USA.
Oh, I would pay
this is what
so
we've
much
come
money
to.
to watch that. Oh my
Man,
gosh.
just
Put it on
get it.
Netflix
Just-
as a special.
Let's just fast forward 4 years. Get this Biden-Trump era over with, please.
Yeah.
One can
Maybe
only
I'll
hope.
run. Jake for president.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should. I think you would be divisive as well.
I'd be polarizing. Nah, I'd be a man of the people. I can't say it with a straight face.
Nah.
All right, you guys. Submit your stories. We love you. Appreciate you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.